Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about manifestation and time shifts and what they are and how they work, and dimensions, parallel worlds, all that kind of stuff. But in order to understand them, you kind of have to understand the basics of manifestation and a lot of other little things. So we're going to go quickly, very short, and go all those things first, and then we will touch on what they really are and how to do them and how it works, and then we will go into what's going on with the collective and why this is connected.
To be able to manifest, you must be able to do the entire process. And it is, yes, a process.
In this physical reality, you never change the world you presently occupy. Rather, you change yourself, and that steers you towards a version of Earth that already exists, that is more reflective of what you know in your body that you already prefer. Therefore, it is not language that navigated you towards the stimulus reality that you prefer. It is your state of being, that vibrational frequency that you are currently emitting that moves you to the new dimension, timeline, reality, or no lifeline, so to speak. So manifestation is simply a way to shift, jump dimensions, or parallel worlds. We are talking about something we can't define. We don't have the science or the words to define. It is not a place. They are all intertwined at the same place. It is reality of the level of consciousness that determines how that place is being viewed by the observer. A dimension is your perspective of reality. Though religions and cultures in human past, present, have tried to explain what these are, they are all wrong and right on some levels. It gets complicated here, and if you want to learn more, I suggest you learn about hertz, frequencies, harmonic, and overtones. But once you understand it, it's actually really simple. To learn how to shift timelines, you have to constantly change by working on your character. You have to learn how to overcome your personal character flaws and work with your emotions in order to create, manifest your desired reality. We all shift timelines all the time. The goal is to make bigger jumps into a better you. Each timeline is different. It has different people in it, learning different experiences. The idea is to grow yourself so you can become the best version of you that you can possibly be, or to bring your consciousness up to a higher level. In each timeline, you're learning something different. In the last timeline I was in, people were learning how to release people and things that no longer serve them. They were also learning how we're all connected.
Hey guys, welcome back. Randy Kramer. This is a clip from the Gaia show called Cosmic Disclosure. Take a look at his explanation of the Mandela effect.
And in order for it not to cease to exist, that timeline then merges with another timeline. So it doesn't cease to exist, it joins another timeline, and then that has to merge and go forward.
Okay, so what causes a timeline to collapse?
Timeline collapsing is a result of some of the other experiments that are being done in opening up, in some cases, very large portals, multidimensional portals, big enough that you could, fly a ship through. And some of those have incurred, let's just say, temporal accidents.
Here's one possible example of a temporal accident. This event happened on September 10th of 2008. But NASA just wanted to clarify, the world didn't end. Here's what didn't happen. No, there was not the creation of a microscopic black hole.
Things were completely different on one timeline to another, and now they've come together. And so you have people who just remember things completely differently because they were on a different timeline.
But if CERN collapsed an entire timeline, I'm sure they'd admit to it, right? I mean, they did sing and dance to the song Happy.
Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot bring me down, can't bring me down.
He's holding three signs. One that says Mandela, one that says Bond number 1, and one that says We are happy at CERN. Mandela? But what's Bond number 1? Well, who was the first James Bond? Barry Nelson! Nelson Mandela! The Mandela effect! And what the hell does that sign say? Is that for the other timeline? What's their effect called? Who exactly is this guy? Physicist John Ellis.
It is my favorite theory. I'm going to have to say string theory. Of course, the standard model is fantastic.
So what exactly is string theory? So take a look at any object around you. I'm going to use this really awesome book that I just got. So of course a book is made of a cover and pages, but on a much smaller level, it's made of molecules, like everything around us. And those molecules are made of atoms. And it's important we go over this because this creepy portal looking thing at CERN, the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider, is a giant atom smasher. Now back to string theory. You have molecules. When you look deeper into molecules, you have atoms. When you look deeper into an atom, you have a nucleus. When you go deeper, you have neurons and protons. When you go deeper, you have quarks. And now here's where string theory comes in. Theoretical physicists theorize that when you go deeper, everything is just a little string that's vibrating. And that none of these things are really particles at all. They're just a bunch of vibrating strings. Everything around us is just a collection of vibrating strings. And this is why some people call this the theory of everything. Now, if you guys go back to my Earthshift series, Marina Jacobi channeled this from aliens in the future. Yes, I said aliens from the future. And these aliens say that the quantum structure is these little waves of frequency, which just so happen to look like little vibrating strings. When 3 of them match, they create a trinity. When 3 more match, they create another trinity. And when these 3 trinities meet, they begin to create a reality. 3, 6, 9. And here's a quote from Nikola Tesla. If you only knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. Now, of course, Marina Jacobi's work is not recognized by quantum physicists. However, it doesn't sound so far off. If everything is just vibrating little strings, and these strings come together to form particles, now let's take a look at one of the most famous studies in quantum theory. That by simply watching something, as the observer, you are affecting the reality. And I know this is boring, but we have to know this in order to understand the Mandela effect and to deal with the naysayers who think they have such good memories. Like, no, reality is not even fucking real, dude. Like, come on. And we need to know this because if everything in the universe is made of these strings, what could happen if a bunch of people are just smashing them? Only appear to be particles because they're being observed, then what the fuck are they really smashing? And if time is
Okay, so interesting, right? But I hear you. You're sitting here going, but what does that have to do with me right now? Collectively, in this timeline, we are being asked to face whatever our biggest fear is. Are you one of those who are codependent? Do you depend on everyone else? Then you must learn how to stand up for yourself and how you can do it on your own. We all have different things that we're facing, but whatever it is that's been holding us back the most, whether we're fear of relationships, working with others. If you've always been a loner, now you're being asked to work with others. Whatever your fear is that's been holding you back in this lifetime, it's time to change it. You must face whatever's holding you back. Collectively, we must face this, because this timeline is going to die. It is going to merge with another timeline, and we're all being asked to jump. We're all going to have to collectively jump. Fear. This is the number one stopper of all. It stops psychic abilities, consciousness, learning. My grandma used to say, to live is to learn, for surely even the grave we learn. Fear equals no learning equals death. It stops manifestation and keeps us suffering. It is the same as being comfortable, not wanting to change. Change is what manifestation brings. Change is what allows us to keep growing, becoming the best version of ourselves we can be. Stagnation is only comfortable because we as humans don't like change. We want to sit at the same spot at the local diner or go to work on the same beaten path every day. This holds us back from having new experiences and growth. There is nothing worse than watching others move on with their lives and being unable to go. Ask anyone who spent years in a hospital bed or locked up. Stagnation kills our growth and hope. You are only truly afraid of two things in this life: what you don't know or don't understand, and what you will find out or how others will judge you on this. As for the later, why do you care? 1. Most of them are so worried about their own life's problems. To be honest, they really don't care about yours. The old saying, not my monkeys, not my circus, not my problem. This is not a bad viewpoint if this is your issue. For how can we help others if we have not first helped ourselves? It is not our job to heal others or solve their problems. Yes, we should care and offer a helping hand when asked, but it is their responsibility to learn and grow. That is their right, as it is ours. These same people will change, as will their opinions. Think of the emperor's new clothes, the children's story. Just as the end things or fashion goes in and out, so these people will move in and out of your life. What is cool today will be frowned upon tomorrow. As you manifest, this will happen faster than you are used to. Just accept this. As for the first one, instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you know. So instead of focusing on your fear and manifesting it, or focusing on not being afraid and looping it and recording the fear and strengthening it, as so many of us do, focus on what you do know and move forward with that knowing. And doing this will make the knowing visible as you move forward in the knowing with faith that you are being guided in the unknown. When we act on what we do know, we stop the loop of fear, instead of focusing on not being afraid and making it loop again. So in other words, move on what you do know if you're afraid of the unknown. And as you move on what you do know, you'll find that you know more and more as you go along, and this stops the loop of fear. There is nothing to be afraid of, for there is nothing in this world but you and what you create. You already know what you're supposed to do and how to do this. You instinctively know. Your instinct teaches you if you just learn how to listen to it. It will guide you anywhere, through anything. You just have to learn how to listen. It's time to wake up and learn how to listen. Your fear is holding you back. You feel like you're all alone in this world that's tumbling around, and you have no help, and you don't know what to do, and no one's there to guide you or lead you alone. You're sitting in a matrix, a lie. Everything you've been told is a lie. You are not alone. You do not know what to do. You know exactly what you need to do. You are sitting in an illusion of fear. You see, your life is like a movie. It's already happened. A movie that you've seen 1,000 times, and you know every word and every event and every plot. It's been planned, it's been watched. It's like your favorite book that you've read over and over again, so much so that you have it memorized. It's already happened. It's already done. Your higher self and your spirit guides have every single bit of your life planned out because you planned it with them. You made the magic. You created it. You knew exactly how to guide yourself, how to tell yourself how to get through each obstacle, and exactly what to do to make the magic work. You have already lived this life. You've already lived this dimension, and you're living in other dimensions at the same time. So what do you have to fear if you are guiding yourself? You created all of this. You have already moved to another timeline, a better you. You've already done this. You just don't remember. So fear is the true illusion. You already know what's going to happen. You already know the ending. So why let it control you?